You have found the Titus Podcast Armageddon Update with hosts Christopher Titus, Rachel Bradley, and Ken Highland. And now, here's Christopher Titus with this week's Armageddon Update.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Well, it's back to school. You know, I was just in Texas where parents were getting their kids ready to go not learn history. And it must be back to school time because there's a little chill in the air underneath the climate change fueled oppressive heat. And it must be back to school because, you can hear the sound of bullets whipping through schools. Yep. We had our first back to school shooting, people, this week. So you know fall is here. In Minneapolis on Wednesday, a young white man, because it is always a young white man, you know, the people so oppressed, they own everything and have every opportunity possible in life. Yeah, we need to hurt for the oppressed white man, okay? Moment of silence. 17 were wounded, 4 in critical condition, and 2 are dead. Kids, little kids. 14 of the victims were little kids, 10 and under. Just to be clear, we've done maybe 40 episodes of this podcast over the years about guns and how we're the only country in the world with school shootings on the weekly. You can scroll through those if you want to hear why and what, how stupid we are, and then you can have every argument for guns shoved in your exit hole. You're welcome. But let's talk about who's responsible for all this death. Weirdly, it's the pro-life people. That's right. More death is brought to you by the pro-life people than actual serial killers. See, the pro-life people say they love kids and that a baby in the womb needs to be protected. We're pro-life! Even if a mother has a miscarriage from Jesus, she needs to do jail time because we're pro-life. However, some of the pro-life people want to kill a woman who has an abortion because they're pro-life. Legislation has been drafted, talked about, and or put forward in these states: South Carolina, Oklahoma, and Indiana, and North Dakota, and of course, Texas, because Texas is the most deadly pro-life state. They want to kill a mother because they're pro-life. They also want to stop vaccines, which have been proven to save lives. In fact, because of this dink, said COVID was a hoax.
Coronavirus. And this is their new hoax.
A lot of people think that goes away in April with the heat.
Because of all we've done, the risk to the American people remains very low.
1 million died from COVID. One of my good friends wouldn't take the vaccine. He's dead now from a heart full of blood clots. Pro-life. They stopped reporting on infectious diseases and possible pandemics because they're pro-life. Measles is back because this piece of microwave beef jerky says the measles vaccine is useless. And he's in charge of America's health. Pro-life. And today, with this shooting, with all these little kids shot with a high-velocity weapon, which means it's not just a bullet hole. It's an AR-15 style weapon and a .226 round. And it does devastating damage when it hits flesh. I mean, except for this guy's ear. He heals like Jesus. Or the assassination attempt on this horse's ass was the setup. Watch how they lower the flag for this picture. Weird, right? So between these pro-lifers being anti-vaccine, anti-sending food to starving kids, anti-stopping Israel from killing kids and innocents, anti-abortion, but willing to late-term abort a mother that had an abortion, these pro-life people confuse me. And now that we've had another school shooting at a church school, no less, a church school. It could only be worse if we had it at a church / preschool / old folks home, at a maternity ward in Disneyland during World Peace Day. I just want you to remember how many die whenever the pro-life people are in charge. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. It's the most Orwellian, hypocritical term used. We're pro-life. Kill them. We're pro-life. Let's kill these immigrants. Pro-life. Let's send them to a murder prison. Pro-life. Fuck.
It was like shots fired, and then we kind of like got under the pews. It kind of, they shot through the stained glass windows, I think, and it was really scary. My friend got hit in the back. It was like right beside me. I was like 2 seats away from the stained glass windows, so they were like, the shots were like right next to me. I think I got like gunpowder on my neck.
Everybody, Christopher Titus, Titus Podcast. With me, as always, the lovely bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander. Yeah, we were just talking about teenagers, how teenagers are. I'm kind of out of the teenager vein. Ken has a teenager. Ray is helping a teenager. But even then, even Jet, he's 21 now, and there's still moments where I spent the week with him where I'm just like, what the fuck? What the like? I don't like my brain. He glitches my brain. Here's how dumb he is. My brain goes dumb. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? I go stupid. Like when stupid is a virus, and up until they're 25, their stupidity is a virus, and you can catch it just by them responding to a normal question.
On one hand, I'm happy that like when he'll text me back, but it'll be like one word or like a letter.
That's
after I texted him a whole description with 3 questions in it. I'm like, first of all, that's a mistake.
Yes.
One question. That's it.
Yes. Yeah. Separate it. Give them time.
And I'm like,
this chai has water. What's happening?
I said no water chai. Specifically said no water. I specifically said.
Are
you telling me one of these low-level workers did not have the
quiet quitted already?
So the person that could get hired at Starbucks did not have the expertise, commitment to excellence, and the foresight to do exactly what they were.
It's coconut milk too. Coconut milk and water.
This one says asshole written on it?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Well, I ordered a little edgy. I said, don't fuck it up. And then what happens is...
Fucking add water, goddammit.
Yeah. Don't add water.
Yeah, wow. So the world is falling apart again.
We were talking.
I
was calling Ken on the way in today, and I said, it's like we are Indiana Jones trying to run from that rock, and then he said, and you live your life at the same time. And it's like Indiana was running from the rock, taking care of his kids, paying bills while he's running.
Flying.
He's putting the power bill out, and he's got to go to work. Got to go to work.
Somebody's calling.
That's still behind me. Fuck.
It does seem like to be ramping up. Too. Like, I mean, the stuff in the political arena and in the people dying arena, but also in personal arena. Mm-hmm. I had a friend say to me not too long ago that she doesn't know anyone who's not dealing with like some really serious stuff in their family or their relationship or whatever,
Well, doesn't it create with how this moron on the daily basis, when you start putting troops on the street and we start seeing it and the news is covering a new nightmare. Today, there was a school shooting.
Yep.
And then the weather, we're getting like the biggest hurricane ever recorded at a wind field of 600 miles wide. What happens is I think there's a PTSD that sets in where you're like, and we're just moving on, right? We're having dinner.
Yeah. You have to keep living.
But your subconscious is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's part of you that's just noticing all of it.
And it feels like when Republicans are in charge that it's
chaotic.
Thank you for your help, but no, that it's like Groundhog Day. Mm-hmm. So you become desensitized, right? Like, oh, it's another school shooting and it's little kids again. Yeah. So, but we've already dealt with this so many times. So let's just move on. Like he was like, I don't know what to do the Armageddon update about. And I was like, there's a 10-year-old on the news.
But with Groundhog Day,
right,
you get better at it because it's like the same day. So you get better. This time it's like Groundhog Day and then it's worse again.
Yes.
5 new worse things.
Yeah, basically it'd be if the movie and Bill Murray starts shooting up a school. Like in Groundhog Day, he just gets worse. He just starts, he starts doing heroin.
That would have been a better movie.
He's killing children. He's thumping babies on their soft spot. He's wiping out a maternity ward. He's going to Disneyland and setting it on fire. Like so we are going. Yeah, if we're backwards Groundhog Day.
Now we know exactly how you feel about what's happening. I thought today was not interesting is not the word. More excruciating. Because there was a 10-year-old and the parents, I would bet you, knew that it would have this kind of impact because they gave their permission for this little boy to be interviewed right after a shooting. Like maybe not the best parenting, but thank you for sacrificing your child so that we could, maybe have a wake-up call. But this little kid, I mean, you really get how old he is when he was like, I think we waited maybe 10 to 5 minutes. Like he's little, he's not having normal thought processes, but was able to tell you that he thought that he felt hot gunpowder on his neck. And the news person, because he was right by where the bullets started coming through, one of his friends covered him with his body, and that friend is now fighting for his life. And by the time this comes out, we would probably know. And he said this, the reporter said, oh, have you trained for this? Like, how do you know hot gunpowder? And he said, oh, yes, we train once a month.
Once a month.
So do you hear that? Then the kid, we showed a piece of the video. I called Ken on the way in and had him because I heard the same thing and I had Ken download it. It's in the Armageddon update. Part of it is, it's weird that the kid goes, and he got hit, and these aren't war-hardened veterans. These aren't even like 18-year-old military. This is a 10-year-old going to a church
tactical
school
already.
Yeah.
Head on a swivel, guys.
Yeah.
Check your six.
Exactly. Who's got your six in church?
He's got like war paint on.
I guess in church they always have to watch their six because church and they're little kids. But but in this case, I heard the thing and I heard it like a little kid talking about battle. And what bothered me the most about it, and I told Ray this, is we call on the phone to come. We come in different cars. I said, this kid today he sounded very calm.
Yeah.
However, he's going to go sleep tonight. That's going to run in his brain. Again, your subconscious is going to start talking to you. And this poor little kid is ruined. He's ruined.
Yep.
How many people have you ruined? And here's what I got today about, I was so, I caught myself, and I'm so upset about it because I thought about me because I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah. The school shooting happens. Right. Bunch of kids in a church.
That's what I meant.
Okay. Yeah. And what? Oh, wow. It's Wednesday. Yeah, it's about right. Yeah. It's about right.
Yep. That's what I meant.
And
you said, these pussies, they're not shooting up Marine bases. They're going after kids. And I was like, no, actually, we just had a base. And you were like, oh, shit, in Fort Hood. Yeah. So pretty much everywhere now.
Well, I mean, you can just accept the fact that you have to live your life in America currently as, well, at any moment. Do you know what you're going to do if shooting starts? I do. Do you know what you're going to do if shooting starts? I do.
Yes.
And so what happens
I've thought about it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, we do. We plan our life around it. When we go to the movies, where do we sit?
You always think about
I always find the exits.
We find the exits first. We sit in the back row. So if we do
back
see
to
it,
the wall.
So if we do see it, our backs to the wall, no one can come in behind us and get us.
I prefer the theaters with the rear exits because of Colorado.
Right.
And I always watch that exit door by the screen because of Colorado.
You got to eye everybody up in there.
What do you tell me to do when I don't do it every time we go into a store?
I've told you guys this too, and don't forget this. Do not ever, even for 5 seconds, to run into a convenience store, not take your phone.
Right.
Always take your phone. And if you have an iPhone, you can select to be able to click the right button 5 times and it'll call 911. So you don't have to say anything out loud or
fumble.
So the breakdown of it has been that we've actually started planning on when it's not for if, it's when.
Yeah.
Because we all know, well, this can happen anywhere all the time. California is we have the toughest gun laws. We have a 48% less murder rate. That's what's really funny when Trump starts talking about, I'm sending troops in California because it's out of control. And then Gavin very smartly should bring this up. He brought up the list of red states and cities that, like, one of them, the murder rate's 192% higher than Oakland.
Yeah, like Shreveport.
Oakland is like
Shreveport. That's where we met.
Yeah, and we got her out of there quick because she'd be dead by now.
Well, no, I carried. I had a concealed carry permit, and I carried on my person at all times everywhere I went, especially because I would close the club late at night or morning and carry cash out. Yeah. So I would walk out with my hand in my purse on the gun.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I was telling him this.
I am so hot right now.
This got weird.
It was so easy to get concealed permit there and reciprocal.
Wonder if that has anything to do with the murder rate being so high there that everybody can just get a concealed.
I was telling him today, it was like, there's no need for a tactical bus like that exists for police. And I was like, yeah, there is. It's like for riot control and stuff with a SWAT bus. And then I was like, oh, they used to use that in Shreveport, the club next to where I had the comedy club. It was in an entertainment district and it was called Coco Pelli's and it was an urban club. And they had a lot of shootings and knife attacks and stuff when they would let the club out at 2 a.m. And so the cops every Saturday night, a lot of them were my friends. They'd be hanging out and be like, we got to go do Coco Pelli's. We'll be back. They would establish a police presence lined up on either side of the little street where the club let out and park that SWAT bus right there. And that was just to let one nightclub out in Shreveport.
Well, that's the thing, is that Trump's not sending them. He's doing this not for safety at all. No. He's doing this to show force against the blue cities. to show his dominance.
Can you bring that up? What do you
What do you want to? Lowest murders: New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Utah, Massachusetts.
There's something
and
that
Maine.
Gavin said. He actually listed exactly which of these dark red states have, like, it's not a little bit higher. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
The murder rate per capita.
For murder rate?
Yeah, murder rate per capita, violence. It was something he sent out, and it was a whole list of stuff. And I love that he's the only Democrat. Whatever happened, there was a switch in the last month with Newsom. They were like, "Fuck this guy, we're going to just bury him." And Trump even called him new scum on. It's like, we have a child for president. We have a child.
He did a press conference.
Yep.
And he used government data to argue that Republican-led states have higher homicide rates than California, specifically Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama as having the worst homicide rates in the nation. Mississippi being number 1, Louisiana 2, Alabama 3, Arkansas 6, Tennessee 10th.
Yep.
Alabama's homicide rate is 152% higher than California.
But there's no troops there.
No.
Yeah.
Arkansas, 100% higher. Oklahoma, 41% higher.
No troops.
No troops in any of those places.
This is part of the reason that Gavin is now ramped up, because there was been back-to-back provocations from Trump with the whole thing with the fires,
Yep.
right? He was bullshitting about the fucking turn on the faucet. That was one. And he's like, no, you're not.
The valve.
And then right after that, he sends, the faucet. And then he sends the National Guard in for like a little demonstration.
Well, I was so proud of everybody in LA because nobody started throwing bricks and stuff. We just stood there just with protest signs.
Yeah, and dancing.
Very funny protest signs, by the way. You gotta let a bunch of Hollywood writers go on some protest signs, and we're
So there's a feud between Gavin's press office and Abbott. It started on social media. That is, this started after Texas approved the plan to redraw the congressional maps. Gavin's press office put out that the murder rate in Dallas is nearly twice that of Los Angeles.
Wow.
Nearly double.
Wow.
Dallas versus Los Angeles.
So there's no troops in Texas. By the way, Greg Abbott, here's all you need to know about Greg Abbott. He's a man in a wheelchair that cut off funding to the disabled.
Yes, I know.
I'm sorry. At one point, you got to go, fuck these people. About these disabled people. You don't need any extra access. Could someone help me up these stairs?
Well, that's somebody standing from a place of privilege and taking that for granted and not caring about the other people like him that would need help.
But again, pro-life. So you've just ruined more lives by cutting off the disabled, funding healthcare, pro-life. That's what I said in the Armageddon update. If you can't be pro-life, I mean, I'm just saying, as I said, a lot of people who are pro-life seem to kill a lot of people. A lot of these pro-life people could do a lot of killing.
My 17-year-old just sent me another text. Yes.
What time?
Wait, to the same text.
Repeated.
Oh, okay.
2 more questions. That was my first mistake.
Yep, I'll do that.
Yes.
What time?
All lowercase both times.
Yes. Very copious.
Hey, 17. I told her last Saturday, I said, you answer texts about like I would expect a 17-year-old to answer. And she just smiled at me. No apology. She's just like,
yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Duh.
Period.
Period.
Bad.
I took Kenny shopping.
That was great. It was right for her birthday.
That's fun.
Oh, no, that was
I have
Saturday.
a 24-year-old daughter.
My
That's
kiddo was
crazy.
Friday.
We have a 24-year-old daughter. That's insane to me. It's insane to me.
Oh, she's hilarious.
Yes.
She did period at the checkout counter in YSL. It was super awesome, may I say. I packed champagne for her birthday in the car in the corksicle bottle and the corksicle wine cups.
Yeah.
And I thought she could like have some. But she's very law abiding. I realized I'm the rogue because we're walking out of the parking garage. We went back to get the bottle. I filled the cup so she could walk around Cabazon shopping with champagne for her birthday. and I had the empty champagne bottle in my hand. And I was just walking through the parking garage, like gesturing, and I look over and she's got her phone click, 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 like this. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't even realize what the problem was, but I guess because I was just holding,
Walking in a shopping outlet
is
with
nothing.
a full bottle of champagne is what it looks like to everybody.
Period.
Parad, see, parad.
What is a cabazon? Is that like a Amazon?
Cabazon is Mecca. Is what it is.
Imagine.
Oh.
I point that direction and
just, like,
pray
gravitate
every
towards that?
evening.
With a credit card, she holds her Amex like this,
It just-
and then
it just
prays.
floats
I don't
there.
want to tell people
Instead of like a
because I
prayer
don't
book,
want
'cause
word
she,
to get out.
she holds her Amex and just
Every morning it's,
I lay down on my Alexander McQueen
You
blanket
saying
to
it wrong.
do that.
Kalima.
There's big news going on with Alexander McQueen, by the way. So I love.
Alexander McQueen.
I am not above that,
I
to be
know.
fair.
Potato Bonego.
It is.
You say
a-
brands.
Yeah, she did say him brands. She's
It
just chanting
goes
brands.
and goes and goes. You cannot see it all in 2 days. And she said that. So my sister and I used to go every year on her birthday and stay at the Ritz and spend a couple days like spa and then going to Cabazon. But it is.
now for a rich white lady part
So you can't say that. Johnine would be very mad. Johnine would say, I'm rich and I go to the Ritz.
That's a good point.
See?
I'm
Gotta
just
watch
saying,
how
I was
you-
making fun of you. I'm making fun of like white ladies that say stuff like that.
Just, okay. I'm just saying Johnine would have.
But I get you're right,
stabbed you
Johnny.
over
John,
that.
yeah, right. That's right.
So it's outlet stores,
Uh-huh.
but they have like lower end and then mid level and then top level, like everything
Where they
you
have a
guys can think of.
dude
Prada, Alexander McQueen, Bottega, YSL, Balenciaga, Gucci, Dolce, everything.
Balenciaga, Gucci, Dolce,
Balmain.
What's
Oh
the
my
other? I don't even know.
Balmain.
So-
It is. You can just chant it with your Amex.
So here's the magic of this place because it's right next to, because I don't like paying full price for anything. I was trained by Sharon Lawrence. So
What did
and
Mom
I want
say?
mom would say, Rachel, are they serious about their sale? And when I was little, grandma said I would say, no, ma'am. And mom would say, how do we know when they're serious? And I'd say 75% off or better.
thought she raised it.
So look, let me just say, for example, there is a pair of pants in the store in LA, and I know you're riveted. Stay tuned. At Yves Saint Laurent for $2,000. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
These are pants.
Pants.
Pant.
One pair of
One
pants.
pant.
One pant.
One pant with 2 leg.
Is there like diamonds on the bottom?
At
Do they?
the YSL outlet,
Yes.
it's like what, 100 miles away?
Same brand.
Same season.
Yep.
It's not like 5 seasons ago and
Same
it's
pant.
falling apart.
Yeah. It's not blemished.
Same pant, $370. Same pant. But
Still
people
high.
don't know.
Say for pants.
I know, but think about that is 75% off or better. So that's the magic of Cabazon. So we wanted to let Kenny kind of have a princess day and she could pick a thing, whatever thing. And she's very financially conservative, to be fair. And so it was more just, she got one thing. That was it. And it was like the thrill of the day and the hunt. Meanwhile.
It was sad to hear why she's so fiscally conservative because we found out later on that, we found out later that that mom wasn't using the child support for the children. They're older now, so it's okay to say that. But it's that she was using it for whatever, and they were buying food at Big Lots.
Oh no,
Canned
the
foods.
dollar store.
Dollar store. They were going to get food, and I didn't know any of this, or I would have taken care of it.
Look,
Because at our house,
Well,
they
you were
fun-
taking care of
I
it.
was.
You were sending the checks
I know.
that they didn't know were coming. But but it's, I think, very good for both of them because
She's
most
an
kids
artist.
would have been like, because we know she has money in the bank. She
But-
got
yep.
this album deal.
Deal with
She
Warner
got
Brothers.
the money in the bank.
Album
But
comes out.
I watched her. At that age, if I had that money in the bank, walking around that place would have been nuts.
Yeah,
She-
and you'd have showed up in a Porsche, and you had not enough money. Yeah.
It could also have just been good parenting. I know that Wyatt is.
They did not learn it from him.
Oh, I think what happens is that she's got a fear of. Also, she's an artist, and as we know, feast or famine.
Yeah.
Feast or famine, and I think
Yes.
Jet's got some of it too. My son came home from college and went to work again, and
Well, she did say this was a very insightful thing. She said she got that money, but now there's nothing coming in. And so she's seeing the number in her account go down and down and down.
Yeah.
So she's actually very smartly thinking ahead.
Right.
Whereas at that age,
Whereas
would
me,
not.
I bankrupt myself, so I had to do something else.
Oh.
I was like, I have
Tricked
zero
yourself.
left. I guess I better get busy.
You were very driven from a very young age.
I was.
For some reason.
I will show these fuckers.
Yes.
That's how I live. I'll
Revenge.
show all these
Yeah.
fuckers.
Revenge
I do
success.
believe, and you enjoyed it not.
I did not. I enjoy it now because I don't feel like that anymore.
So the interesting thing that the news is doing now, which it's sort of such a small pittance compared to what should be done, is they said the name of the guy that did it, but they are not going to post or read his manifesto because that's what he wanted out of this. So they're not doing it. So that's all the progress we've made since Columbine.
I think we should never mention them again. I think we should never mention the guys until the court case comes down or whatever. We should never name them. First of all, here's the problem with naming someone too that I find unfair.
Mhm.
So, although I guess maybe Adam Lanza's mother would be this exception. When you name the guy, everybody who's related to them, everybody who grew up with them, everybody who's best friends with them, who had no idea this was going to happen, who had nothing to do with it, because you always hear from them, he was fucking normal. We don't know what happened.
Yeah. Yep.
Parents, brothers, sisters, they now have a scarlet letter that they have to wear for the rest of their lives. And I don't think that's fair. So, but the news, our fucking news is just so fucking hoary. God.
The mayor said, don't say this is about thoughts and prayers because these children were literally praying when the bullets
I
rang
love
out.
the mayor said that.
It's
Ooh, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. So maybe it's not about that. Maybe it's actually about common sense legislation.
Yeah. There you go.
Period.
Pro-life people want more guns on the street. The pro-life people think everybody needs a gun. The pro-life people
But we talked about
want to
this
stop
last
vaccines.
week. Everything. You and I were just doing them back and forth to each other this morning. Nothing they say matches what they're doing or what the results and consequences are of what they do.
Well, they just don't do anything they say.
Well,
like if they say we're pro-life, we believe in the tenets of Jesus, and then we starve. Like there's going to be over the next 4 years, there's going to be 4.5 million kids starve because of USAID cuts.
And aggressively defended in the other direction.
Oh, and then they burnt 500 tons of food. They
and
actually
then they say we
incinerated
do
it. Right.
So here's what it's all about. It's not about thoughts and prayers. So Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, called CREW, has spent a lot of time, because it's a lot of numbers, trying to calculate how much Trump made in the office of president. It's always
So since this term, just this term.
well, they started the first one in January 2017.
Okay.
But a lot of those people, like not even the evil ones, but just the misinformed ones, will say, "Oh, he didn't even take his salary.
It's $400,000 a year salary
He's doing it to help."
for free. He's president for free, people.
The New Yorker staff writer David D. Kirkpatrick has now written about the new number that has just come out. It's both terms. They are estimating now at outside revenue and income $3.4 billion, and we're not even 1 year into this term.
Yep.
We're also not counting the $400 million plane.
No, because he hasn't taken that yet.
Right. No,
That's later.
$400 million
So
plane.
imagine that number at the end of the term.
What about all the crypto he's part of? He's got all this stuff in crypto. Is that
This
part of
isn't
it?
but it's 10 months in.
So wait. So we're 10 months. We're less than a year in, and he's made $3 billion.
And that's just Donald. That's not
Yes.
Don Jr. or Ivanka or whatever.
Or Jared. Or Eric.
Or Eric. Jared. Yeah. Well,
Eric got, people don't know this about Jared. So Jared got $2 billion when the first term ended from Saudi in an investment fund. There was research done on it, I heard a month ago, where basically Jared's company has received $110 million in fees or $120 million in fees. The fund has made no money. Then he got another billion from Qatar because remember he was negotiating with Qatar in the first term for some planes or whatever. So after that, then that deal did pass. Qatar gave him a little taste. So he had another $1 billion for a wealth fund. So they've received $3 billion. Now, I think of the Ivanka's obviously the smartest because she disappeared.
Yeah.
She's got access to $3 billion. Guess what I'm going to do?
The Met Gala at some point.
Yeah.
Well, she lives on that island. Isn't that weird island in Florida where only the richest of the rich live?
That's how you keep the unwashed away. You make them have to swim
Yeah,
to
but
get there.
so by the time they get there,
through the
they're
alligator
mildly
moat.
washed.
Okay, so 2001, Bill Clinton signed what was called a record book deal for $10 million. That would be about 18 and a half now. Hillary Clinton got $8 million in advance for a book. That drew a lot of
This was
ire
after
because
she
she
was
had just gotten into Senate.
Obama got 60.
New York Times did a whole editorial about her accepting that money for actual work after she left being First Lady. 2007, a book was published that reported W was going to do a speaker circuit to, as he called it, replenish the old coffers. That's a direct quote.
He's an oil man who made like $350 million that year.
And
His
like owned
company-
a baseball team.
Yeah, and owned a baseball team. You know what, man? I'm gonna have to get some money in the bank.
Well, there was a op-ed posted in the several newspapers that accused him of venality, greed, and capitalizing on his presidency in a time of war. Obama,
$60 million for a book deal.
65.
Yep.
Trump, in an attempt to distract probably from himself, called for an investigation into his book deal in 2019.
Of course.
To his book deal. He got a book deal.
After leaving the
Let's investigate
Wow.
it. Oh no, that was it. Here's a contract.
Hoax.
Yeah, here's a paper, book. Do we need to explain books to you? Because it's a thing where you put words in. Like, okay, fuck, we need to explain words to you now. These
Point
are paragraphs.
being that
My team is-
historically, this has caused a lot of criticism and anger on both sides of the aisle. Crew is obviously maintaining that Trump is violating the emoluments clauses.
Consistently.
Do you think?
On TV. He violates it in a speech. I have to
Supreme Court
say
has
this.
declined to hear cases.
We are talking about the heads, right? We're talking about the presidents, but let's go down Congress. If we just went down Congress, and you guys, again, I know you all know this, Congress can actually inside trade stocks.
Yes.
They actually, so let's say our government says we're going to invest $5 billion in Intel. Okay. In fact, we own now to own 10% of Intel. Did you guys know that?
Mm-hmm.
Trump made a deal for the U.S. government to buy 10% of a major chip making company. The government, the U.S. government. Remember all that socialism shit you guys were scared of?
Yes.
That's what that is. The government's now running part of a company and is a major stockholder.
And to be fair, he has a fund tied to the UAE, which you talked about, entered the crypto transaction that will only benefit
His own
him.
investment fund.
He's got a Saudi-backed golf league that's currently holding tournaments at his properties.
Resorts that we pay for him to go to.
He's got
You guys-
foreign national businessmen buying his meme coin and coming to the White House for dinners. One of whom the investigation was dropped after he was the highest bidder and came to the White House the next week.
So he got and didn't the guy that was supposed to be kicked out that ran TikTok buy a bunch of this crypto and all of a sudden his charges got dropped?
Oh, yeah.
So we are living in the most corrupt administration easily in our lives.
Oh, yeah. Even, historical figures.
Do me a favor. There was also
This episode brought to you by HelloFresh, being a big and awesome
I think
and
we needed a break.
historical. I don't know. You have to have heard of HelloFresh at this point. It's like chef crafted
Sent to your house,
recipes, fresh ingredients. It comes to your house. You don't have to leave your house, which I love. This summer, they've made their biggest menu upgrade yet. It's not the HelloFresh that you know and love already, which is hard to imagine.
It's even better?
It has now doubled its menu.
What?
It is bigger. It is healthier.
How is
It
that possible?
tastier. Now you can choose from 100 options each week. It is a lot.
Uh-oh.
Unlike
I'm
My
going to be
problem is
busy.
I want it
Yeah.
all.
At one point, it's like going to Jerry's Deli. We're like, I just
Scroll.
want pancakes or eggs. What is all this?
Look, no, I will. And do not go on HelloFresh's website when you're hungry. I
Yeah,
am
do
telling
not.
you now, you will end up getting
Wait till
like freight delivery from UPS. It's embarrassing.
Boop,
Yeah. Oh God, HelloFresh is
Is
here.
there 200 a pallet? Yeah.
Healthier. They have an even healthier menu. They have high protein and veggie packed recipes. You can eat greener with their new veggie packed recipes that have 2 or more veggies. Like they're specifically giving you those choices. Tastier, you get steak and seafood recipes delivered every week for no extra cost. So those are some of the ones you can choose from equally. There's 3 times more seafood on the menu now. This is my favorite part, at no extra cost. So those aren't upcharged. This is my I have gone to the website and looked at this. You guys just have to go check it out because it's kind of insane, the level of food that you can get. It's a problem in my home. So I've told you guys this before, what all 3 of us do. You can choose for how many and how often. So I do for 4 people 3 times a week. And then
Because then I get extra, and then the next day I
Yes.
get to have some, and it's always so good.
yes.
That it's like a food, here's how good the HelloFresh food is. Not only that, when she cooks it and it's fresh, I'm like, oh my God. And then the next day I will put it in a Tupperware thing, and I'll have it for lunch the next day. And like all
it's
good
awesome.
food, it soaks in the spices get a little more soaky.
It makes you
get-
like nostalgic for the night before.
Yes.
Of like,
Yeah.
oh,
Remember
I miss
that?
you.
It's even better
I
now.
remember.
You've never had leftovers.
Yeah,
What are
you-
you
that's
talking
true.
about?
That's why I missed the night
The
before.
man eats all 4 servings on a frisbee in one sitting. It is, we always get pictures.
And his kid's like, Dad.
So the best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/Titus10FM now to get 10 free meals, and you get a free item in your box for life. So it's 1 per box with your active subscription. Free meals, they get applied as the discount on your first box. And this is for new subscribers only, and it'll vary by whatever plan you choose. That's HelloFresh.com/Titus10FM to get 10 free meals and a free item for life. Because you can go pick out those pantry
It's
things.
good stuff. It's always good.
That's
we've
what
never,
you could do.
We have never had a meal at HelloFresh that I was like, not once. I'm always
Ever.
like,
Yeah,
wow,
every
what
single
is
thing.
this?
It's changed my cooking even. Damn it, I zest everything now. Who knew that lime or lemon zest could make everything
Everything great,
taste
yeah.
better?
Can I say I like your style?
Go ahead. Comment on it. Go ahead.
I
You've
like
been
it.
dying to.
Well, I was just gonna say it the Flavor Flav collection.
He told me earlier he thought it needed a clock.
Oh, the bike lock. Yeah.
Because by the way, we're assholes, and
Uh-huh.
and if I wore something like that, she would say that.
Yeah, boy. You just got to do that.
You
Did
do
I
it.
tell you guys that
You got to do
Flavor
it.
Flav's wife found our dog and brought him back one time?
Oh,
What
I
was her
forget
name?
this.
Bridget.
Yeah. I forget this. What was
Nielsen?
that?
Is that
Bridget
right?
Nielsen.
Is that right?
It's Brigitte, right?
Brigitte. When we lived in the
I don't
Hollywood
know. That was a
Hills.
little before my time.
They're not. I don't think they're not together
They
anymore.
no, not anymore.
But Bridget Nielsen just walks up to the house with Chaplin. Like,
Abbott.
what the fuck?
It was
Was it
Abbott.
Abbott? I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
She
And you can
saved
see
my
her from a
little
mile.
puppy.
She's so tall.
It's so sweet. I like Governor J.B. Pritzker, I will say. We've now got 2 governors.
Chicago?
And he basically laid it down. Pritzker said, hey, listen, you want to bring the troops to our house? Just so you know, we're going to fight you. And I was like, holy shit, what is happening?
Yeah. The gangs all got around him.
What bothers me, and we're having some, Ray and I are having some discussions about stuff in our family right now. And I'm sorry that I feel this way, but I feel this way. This is not politics anymore. We're not talking about what did I just say?
I don't know.
We're not talking about it's not Romney versus Obama. It's not W versus, this is, there's troops on the streets. Like all these fuckers bitched about, man, I'm keeping my guns. You know why? Because I got to take down a tyrannical government that's going to put army and troops on the street against me.
Yeah,
That's
where are they?
Where are you guys?
Where you have a
the-
don't tread on me flag.
Yeah.
They're treading.
They're treading
all over you.
Yeah,
These
exactly.
are the Constitution people.
Yeah. So where are you not standing up now? What's going on? You have a tyrannical government that's socialist. They actually purchased another part of the company. What are you doing? And you got the most corrupt president ever. You're not saying shit about that. You bitched about Hunter Biden, who was not in office at all or part of the government for fucking 8 years.
Yep.
And he got paid $3 million for a job that he was on the board of a company.
But again, we're not dying on a hill that Hunter did or did not deserve that money. The hill I'm dead on is he didn't work for our government.
He wasn't fucking corrupting our government. He wasn't letting Ukraine, after we committed to Ukraine, who was attacked. This motherfucker is trying to change the narrative that Ukraine's responsible for being attacked by Russia. What?
Everything that MAGA has bitched about for their whole
happening
time, their side is doing it.
Or about they're going to find the pedophiles and
it was everything.
Hey
there was a
guys.
pedophile ring in
Yet
a pizza
another
basement.
Republican somebody.
It's run, by the way, in a pizza parlor somewhere in North Carolina. Hillary Clinton is running a pedophile ring in a basement. First of all, I think she has access to other buildings if she wanted, but okay. The guy that shows up to take it out finds out that there's no basement.
Right.
And there's just pizza.
And no kids anywhere.
No basement.
No basement.
Here's the thing I love about Pritzker. So he, like Gavin, came with receipts. He had facts. So you guys should just look up the speech that he gave because he gives zero shits. But he points out that if Trump is really serious about fighting crime in cities like Chicago, he, along with congressional Republicans, would not have cut over $800 million in public safety and crime prevention grants nationally. They cut $158 million in funding to Illinois specifically for violence prevention programs that were deploying trained outreach workers to de-escalate conflict on the streets. He cut $71 million in law enforcement grants specifically to Illinois, direct money for police departments like Project Safe Neighborhoods, stuff like that.
Like a DARE, whatever the new version of DARE
state
is.
and local anti-terrorism training program and rural violent crime reduction initiative that cut all those. And he cut $137 million in child protection measures in Illinois that protect kids from abuse and neglect. So he's making the streets safer.
You know, I remember when Jesus started screw the poor. Wasn't it screw the poor? What Bible verse in the Bible is screw the poor, help the rich.
All the fish are mine.
All the fish are mine. That's right.
I'm going to divert this water, split it, and then divert it to Northern California.
To the people that exactly. That's another thing too. So yesterday I was listening to, he gave this weird rambling. He's not standing much anymore, and I think that's because his heart is failing. My dad had
his cankles.
My dad had congestive heart failure, and there's a lot of stuff that's going on with Trump that I'm noticing. So, and other doctors like myself, Dr. Titus, are noticing.
He is an Instagram doctor.
I am an Instagram doctor. I am. Hello. So his speech yesterday, there's something that has happened, and look, he always sounds crazy, right? You know, like when he was reading, like they rammed the ramparts and they took the airports. Continental Army took the airports. Yesterday was this speech that it just went. It was talking about water and how Governor Newsom has turned the valve off, and we had to forcibly turn the valve back on. We had to use force
to turn that valve off.
And then
turn the valve
up on, so the water comes back, and
you can just see people around him like slowly losing their minds.
Well, what I don't understand is, I hope at the end of this there is an American Nuremberg trials where all these people, these fuckers who backed him, Miller and everybody, we sit them down and go, hey, you guys helped kill a whole bunch of people.
Yeah,
you guys ruined a whole bunch of stuff, and then to actually, he built his. People don't get this. So he funded ICE. No. He gave them $150 billion. He basically got Proud Boys, Boogaloo Boys, and all the gravy seals, as so many people was heckling them up. These big, fat, walking arterial sclerosis carriers that basically that they're now cops now, but no one has badges. No one's been trained. They just got hired. Didn't they get he said there's going to get everybody bonuses. And
yes.
They do get, yeah.
No. I heard that. So the rumor is that they got told, no, there's no bonus. They got hired with the bonuses, but they got told.
Well, they would sign something when they get hired, so
can you
they
look
need
it up?
to pay attention. What do you want to know?
Just see,
ICE bonuses?
is ICE getting their bonuses?
That's par for the course, though, right? They would promise something and then not deliver. That's Trump all the way.
Bonuses and they've done mass hirings. I'm sure they're really getting only the best,
very high, the best and brightest. Yes.
They're offering signing bonuses up to $50,000. They've removed age limits and they are going to forgive student loans.
I thought that was illegal.
Wait.
They hated cutting people student loans. They hated that.
Yeah.
That was the worst thing in the world. You can't forgive student loans.
Only actual students.
Even retired ICE employees are being offered incentives to return.
So he's building a Gestapo. So Hitler did the same thing, built his own army. That's what ICE is.
ICE has received over 100,000 new applications from patriotic Americans. I'm sure that's what they all are.
Yeah.
Not just racist people who realize that all of the education and competency requirements have been thrown into the garbage.
Right. And get to live out their fantasy.
Well, but
this is something they've always wanted to do.
Oh, well, have you seen some of the videos? Go look. There's a lot of people standing up to him. People are filming it. The great news is
Wall Street Journal says $50,000.
So in the past, we didn't have a way to show people what's going on. In the past, we didn't have cameras. You know, when the other times when someone has tried this, we could just talk about it. There had to be a bunch of witnesses. Well, now everybody's got a camera.
Everybody's like a news team.
Everybody's a news team now. And the cool thing about that is I watched a bunch of guys, really very, very hipster, beards, glasses. It looked like it was like a group of Mark Marons that just were, and they were standing for right like Mark does. They were just like, and they were screaming at these
in harmony, like
fat, a quartet. Obviously out of shape, tattooed. Some of these guys actually have white supremacist tattoos.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So
like
for ICE, they're working for our government. And I watched this group of Mark Marons just shout them down, and they got in their cars and left.
It works.
And I was like, okay, so we got to stand up, people, because no one's coming to save us. The Avengers aren't real.
Just don't throw a sandwich.
Yeah, don't.
Other than that.
Yeah, no, well, they've probably liked it as fat as these guys are. I haven't seen anybody in shape. They're all doing. They're like, flat. Thank you. They're like, next time spiral, a little more spiral in it.
Hit it in the bread box.
Speaking of me loving to save money and not wanting to pay full price for the same thing at the same time 100 miles apart, this episode brought to you by dupe.com. This is a new company. This is the coolest company.
So tell me about this dupe.
Okay. So you guys have to go try this. And what we should do is do a screen recording. So you can just show how I do it. So did you guys know that like I said, same fashion, often cheaper somewhere else simultaneously.
Right.
But also, did you know that almost all of our furniture is made in the same factories?
Oh, yeah.
And
a lot of things are like that.
Restoration Hardware will take it and sell it to me.
Ashley Home and
Costco.
Same furniture. Same piece of furniture, but they just mark it up like crazy. So dupe.com I first heard about because of TikTok, because it's like viral. It's all over TikTok. Everybody's talking about it. So all you have to do is you go, and we'll show you guys, but you just type in dupe, dupe.com, and then do the / and then paste the product URL.
Oh.
And you don't have to pay them. You don't have to anything. And it will generate all of the options of the same. It wasn't.
No, it's a dog.
Well, don't fan it towards me.
Like you do every night.
Sorry, our dogs have gas. You'll then see the exact same bed or couch or whatever everywhere that it is for cheaper.
Right. That's cool. So you could take a link from anywhere on the web
so
of the product and then paste it on Dupe.
So it's showing you where you can get the same thing, the best price for the same thing.
It basically, it's like going to ChatGPT, how I do, and let it search the entire internet to answer these questions for me. That's what it does.
So basically, it's an AI sales generator for the cheapest thing. You want what you want, you get the best price.
AI sales assistant, so that
that's awesome.
Before you buy anything, you can find it at the absolute cheapest price, and you will be blown away and mad. that you have not
I was just
had
going to
this
say, I just
before.
ordered all these Corvette parts that I'm building this Corvette.
Shoot. You should be using this for all of your car parts.
Now, I will now.
You dildo. It's 100% free to use, which I think is awesome too. You don't have to go to Dupe and like pay something and
Membership.
No
membership.
You have nothing to lose just by trying this out whenever you buy something. It's not just about saving money on furniture. It's like fashion, shoes, jewelry, like car parts, whatever you're buying, you can use dupe.com for. They also have a trade program. So like if you're a professional, like if you do interior design and stuff, real estate agent, whatever, they will give you the best prices for your clients, but also they'll give a 10% commission, which I thought was super sweet. So dupe.com, really easy to use. Like I said, dupe.com / before any product URL in your browser, and boom, it instantly finds you all of the less expensive alternatives. They even have an app to make it easier, and a browser extension that you can download. You don't have to have an account, no sign up required. It's completely free to use. Stop wasting money on brand names. Start saving with dupe.com today. This is AI is taking over.
It can save our people. But so AI, I was talking about this recently too. Is I don't know if AI, and I brought this up a couple weeks ago. I don't know if we should be as afraid of AI as possible as everybody has made us.
Yeah, you went off on this.
As James Cameron has made us.
Yeah, how you called it the emancipator.
Well, because again, because it's not. Listen, if you have to edit all the good stuff out to get what you want, that's not AI. That's propaganda.
That's a lesser version.
That's propaganda.
Yes.
That's you're trying to get AI to do what you want. Well, that's not. But a true AI is going to take what worked throughout human history. We talked before. It's going to do the best for humanity.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, these billionaires that started AI may lose their money. What if, and I thought the more I think about it, the more it makes me laugh. What if AI just decided that it doesn't work if someone has 300 billion? You only need 1 billion and you can never run out of money. So we're going to take 299 billion and spread, and all of a sudden everybody's bank goes, and we're like, how the fuck do I have $6 million to make?
That I can get behind.
Wouldn't that be awesome if like we had an AI that just decided for the better of humanity to just handle it?
I appreciate you showing a glimmer of future hope.
Yeah.
By
the way, that would be an extreme. That'd be the best Terminator ever, because it would just terminate the assholes.
Yeah.
Terminator shows up, but it's just to do good for everybody. So all of a sudden, all these poor people get money in their bank. Elon Musk goes, I only have $1 billion.
Secretary Noam announced that there's no longer, I was looking for that signing bonus thing. It's still being offered, $50,000. There is no longer an age requirement. So they got rid of that. So if you retired, come on back. Grandma Jean could apply.
Your dad could
My
go join
dad.
that. Your dad's 82. Well, gonna have to get out the car.
My dad would still probably be the best shot. Student loan repayment and forgiveness, 25% LEAP pay for HSI, which is law enforcement availability pay. Administratively uncontrollable overtime when you're in operations, and enhanced retirement benefits.
Oh my God. It's everything that like the left has been pushing for
and
old
that they
people.
said it's socialism.
Yes.
We can't afford
do
that.
Can't afford it.
Companies can't afford it. Government can't afford it, except they're giving it to the guys that are going to basically roll over us.
You no longer need an undergraduate degree. This is, hold on, you guys.
Dumber and Dumber.
This is ICE.
These are evil fucks.
Gov. This is their main page. It's Uncle Sam. America needs you. Signing bonus, $50,000, $60,000 student loan repayment, 25% premium pay. And it says, America has been invaded by criminals and predators. We need you to get them out. And you do not need an undergraduate degree.
The predators are in the White House.
You do not need a degree. You can just do this job.
What was that link again?
So can we get the dumbest, most brutal, angry assholes to actually be in law enforcement? That's awesome. That's awesome. It's great. We are just getting greater by the day. Making America great day by day. Can we get the dumbest, the guys who McDonald's is like, sorry, can't use you.
The fucking Arkham Asylum hire the people out of just get criminals.
Oh, I get that reference.
Hey,
I only get it because of
Joker.
Lots of movies?
Yeah.
And cartoons and comic books.
Because of one movie she watched.
What's his name?
The
cool,
guy that
had
she watched the cool superhero movie.
Joaquin.
What was it?
Is that one? Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
Joaquin.
stand Superman. I'm sorry. I couldn't.
Oh, I
Did
didn't see
you
it.
watch it? Did
I
fall
did. I watched it
asleep?
last night.
Oh,
And
The latest one?
Yeah,
I
it was-
couldn't. Did you see it?
I didn't see it.
I couldn't. I don't. I love the dog.
Mm.
I didn't
Groucho
like.
loved the
I
dog.
didn't like Lex Luthor. I thought it was. You know what I thought it was? And this is going to piss people off. Some of the
Yeah.
effects were great. It felt like an episode of television from the 90s or
What do you
2000s. It just the way it was
Oh, the
shot and the
90s.
way it was done. It didn't have that cinema. The great thing about Joker and some of the Dark Knight movies and some of the other superhero movies that were like even Iron Man, they felt like big movies.
Yeah.
There was a class to them. There was a shine to them. There was there's and a grittiness at the same time. More like Scorsese-esque. And this one, I was just like, I can't.
Now, when you said it felt like a TV show, I also at the same time felt, well, TV series have gotten really good, like almost cinematic.
Yeah, but okay.
But when you said 90s, like,
Okay, but then you
oh.
watch. Okay, so let's get into the John Wick movies, which plot-wise have just, except for the first one, just don't really have a plot. They're beautiful. Fuck
Yeah.
that last one.
choreographed.
That last one. But even
Lighting,
I
editing.
mean, if you go look at that last John Wick movie. Every shot is a painting. I turned to Ray when I was watching. I go, because it's the same scene over and over. They're trying to kill John Wick and he kills a bunch of guys. Trying to kill John Wick, he kills a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
It's every scene. And he's just on a journey, and that happens every scene. The way they made it work is though every scene is fucking
Beautifully
Yeah.
composed.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's like at one point I was like, I forgot that they've killed 10,000 people, and it's numbed me to that. And then I'm just like, look at this shot, and
Yes.
another guy's heads come off. So
What didn't you like about Superman, though?
I thought the plot
Besides
was a
the-
bit convoluted to me. Maybe I need to watch it again. But
Well, yeah, but
I am a hype is such a soul killer for me. Don't hype up a movie. If you could, do you guys see it? I'll go see it.
Yeah,
Just don't tell me.
Yeah.
I don't want to know, because if you hype it up too much, Pulp
Emo.
Fiction.
Do you remember how weird emo was about any movie?
Oh, you couldn't. Yeah,
spoiler?
we had
He
to.
jumped up from the table and ran. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
We just said the name of the movie.
take it easy, man. We didn't give it away.
But like, so if you take the great movies like Training Day, Pulp Fiction,
Judd.
Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
no, the one with the Midnight Run,
that's great.
Blazing Saddles in the comedy world. There are certain movies that you just like, okay, these are
Blazing
the
Saddles
peaks.
is uncomfortable now.
It's still funny as hell to me. but Young Frankenstein, you go to Meet the Fockers, you go to Seven. Like there's certain movies that are just, they just hold it. And you know, I can't watch, and I feel like the dumb kid. Wes Anderson. I can't.
yeah.
I could watch the first couple, but the last one,
You're like, I got it. Yellow.
I
got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I just, at one point I go, you're not, aren't you as a filmmaker supposed to get better and different? Aren't you supposed to do something better? Like if you look at Scorsese's early work, and then you look at The Departed, and you look at it, and I can't take it.
But with Superman,
Who is Wes Anderson? Which
And by the way,
one?
I'm a nobody who
Which-
I did one movie and it's not great, but the idea is great and the premise is great.
Which
But
ones are you talking about? Wes Anderson.
the one he just did,
they're all like kind of the same. There's
they're just shot very
Darjeeling,
straight, flat, very
Yeah.
primary
all
colors,
symmetry.
Yeah, it's very awkward. It's that guy that shoots the awkward movies where everybody comes in and talks very specifically.
Whatever his name, Todd, what's his name, who did Joker and then did the one,
Joker 2.
whatever, or whatever,
yeah.
with Lady Gaga. Such a, okay, the first Joker.
Can watch it whenever it comes on.
Watch it over and
Yep.
over and over.
Yep.
And I'm not a
Great
movie
movie.
person. I love that movie. It is, from the way it looks, to the acting, to the writing, to just, it's just an incredible movie. Then they announced that the second one is going to have
We lost
Lady
our minds.
Gaga. We waited.
We were like,
waited.
We couldn't wait. We
How
couldn't wait.
perfect is that casting to play Harley Quinn?
Yep.
What the frick happened? They decided arbitrarily to make the second one a musical instead.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
I didn't
yes.
see it.
And
No,
I
I
mean,
heard.
Where they just
Like,
break into like Broadway
yes.
songs.
After murdering someone, he then pauses Joaquin to sing. and dance a little.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
So, but isn't there a quote about some great success will sometimes lead to your greatest failure because of the arrogance of it?
I appreciate risk taking, but
Yeah.
I would assume there's some other people seeing it before, the dailies or
Yeah.
whatever you do would be like,
But
this
when you
is
get that
bad.
but when you get that much power,
Yeah.
you've seen it happen. Well, I want to do this. In fact, even when you don't have much power, a friend of mine did a movie a while ago. I'm not going to mention who. His partner who was a friend of his, brought him to direct it. And the guy became a maniacal, over the top, my way or no way, I'll walk off this fucking set. And at one point, if you've done this long enough, you have to go, that's not how this works. We all contribute and we all make a good, the movies are, what's great about movies is movies are such a collaborative thing where the prop people bring in. We've had great prop people that have brought stuff in, and we've had great people that go, well, the camera guys, Jeremy, Conrad, guys who go, hey, what if we shot it right here? And you're like, oh shit, that's way better.
Well, that's the thing.
Speaking of that, come see Jeremy and Conrad
Yep.
doing exactly that. October 25th at the El Portal Theater, 6:30, 8:45. Beauty for Ashes. Finally,
what is
filmed.
this show about? Pray tell.
This show is about being a caregiver to my mom, who was, I don't say this in the show, but she was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And it's from diagnosis until the end. And I promise you, it is laugh out loud funny, but also it will really resonate and make you feel seen if you have been a caregiver in any way or been through an illness like this. Just the dynamics that it creates in families, and
everybody knows somebody, been through it, had a relative, and I watched this show 100 times. I have to be honest with you, it is such the one thing that I hate about one person shows, which I would put this in, is that so many guys that do them think that they don't have to be funny. But Hooray and I being together, we were always, and she's writing new jokes.
Yeah.
I'm writing more new jokes now and I was doing this whole show in Scotland every night, but now the show has completely changed from then. And now I know it's coming, and all these, I can't sleep, because, stuff is going on in my family again. And I will wake up at 3 to 5, the witching hour, and lie there and think of jokes. Shit, I gotta put that in my phone because I won't remember this. I dreamt a joke the other night.
Yeah, it's coming. That's why. Well, I mean, it's going to be monster. So October 25th, guys, you want to come to the show? It's going to be at the El Portal Theater, and Beauty for Ashes is going to be awesome.
Tickets on my website and his website. And if you need help, just let me know. But yeah, even if you haven't been through it, it's laugh out loud. There is a joke at the end of every sentence.
That's the whole thing.
You took good Padawan, good.
Pain?
Yeah, boy.
No, it's yeah, boy.
Yeah,
like that.
boy. Little before my time. I don't know. Yeah, boy. I don't know.
You have to drag it way
Yeah,
out.
well, yeah, the yeah.
Let's teach you to do it.
Come
or
on.
not. Or I could
All right,
not.
on 3. Yeah, boy.
What was he doing that on?
Everything.
Albums, Public Enemy albums. Every
he
song.
did that
He was
on
the hype man.
music?
He was a hype
Stage
man.
on the
also
songs.
someone said that he's like a classically trained musician.
Yeah, he's great piano player.
Sam just met him not too long ago.
He doesn't
in
come
Hollywood.
across as that guy, but he's wicked smart.
He definitely does not come across as that guy.
He's wicked smart.
And he knows what time it is.
Okay.
The thing about, I wanted to bring that together with your special is that pain and struggle, and this leads back to Superman and all the current stuff. Pain and struggle makes great art and makes great comedy, makes great movies.
Great success does not.
Yeah. If it's easier to make these movies, which clearly it's been, cheaper lenses, cheaper cameras, it's all cheaper to do it. Smaller team.
Cheaper special effects. They look great, but it's a screen. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's not practical.
Where it used to take 3 or 4 years, what Stanley Kubrick,
right?
Of writing and this and this. Yes.
Together.
Just the editing, like Star Wars had to be edited down so much and it was so laborious that it made it great. But now it's like in music. I'm in music, by the way. The music, anybody who has a laptop is just like flooding the market with like just shitty, just not well thought out.
Yes. But that's what I got. I got that. Oh, they're just pumping this shit out.
Yeah, like Disney's doing it.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
TV. I can't. I don't know what I watch anymore because I will binge something if it's good, and then 3 years later, the next season comes out, and I don't. How do I get reminded of each? Somebody help me. Is there an app or something that will then you can put in all of the streaming platforms what you watch, like a dupe, but for this? Wouldn't this be great? Because then it would alert me when, hey, the new season of Rainmaker is coming out. By the way, unfortunately, Rainmaker, you can't binge. You have to freaking wait a week to watch it. And that's annoying too. And I forget week to week. So I need an app that will say, here's the alert, Stranger Things. They're all 92, but the next season is out.
It's in a old folks home with the cast. It's actually set in the last
last season. What's that movie?
It's Cocoon. It's Cocoon. Yeah, it's Cocoon. It's basically that's the final season of Stranger Things because they're
still
old.
Not strange anymore. It's just things.
They just smell strange and old now. Well, that's a strange smell.
Wouldn't that be cool though? Where you would get an alert, Stranger Things comes out tomorrow, and would you like me to add it to your calendar?
We used to call that advertising. I don't know what they do now,
but where do you go to see the advertising? That's my point. On our TV, which is the size of our home, in the bedroom, it's huge, and so all along the bottom of that giant screen are all these apps, and we
streaming services
have different shows on everything, but I don't know what or where, and I can't remember where.
Yeah, what is that great show that we watched? Is that Paramount Plus or is that Peacock?
And I'll always
Which one of the pluses is that one?
What?
Which one of the pluses?
Yeah.
Is that one?
And
is
I'll
HBO Max or is it back to HBO? Is it Max or is it HBO now?
HBO Max. Is it? Wait.
They said they're going
Disney
back.
Plus, Hulu.
They said
ESPN Plus.
Yeah, ESPN.
Paramount,
wait, there's
Peacock
a
are
Hulu.
2 Ps and that
And what's Voodoo? And at one point you just
Is Crackle still a thing?
It's all poo poo to me, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, everybody.
No. I don't. Yeah, I need help with it. It's very stressful. Let's go back to 3 channels and rabbit ears with aluminum foil.
I think what's going to happen is John Landgraf said this at the TCAs years ago, and I remember when he said it because I didn't think he was right, and now he was just so far. John Landgraf's a guy that runs FX, very brilliant man. He is like one of the few great executives where you're like, he knows quality, he knows what's going to work and he's just very, very, just a great guy, very creative and friendly. And he goes, the problem is going to be, because here's the thing, we now have 700 shows, right? We don't have 70. We don't have 7. We have 700. But the population didn't get any bigger.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is where they used to make advertising, like millions on advertising because there was only 3 networks. Yeah. There's 75 networks now, and they're all trying to make their money. And then I think Disney lost $2 billion in the stream, or Disney's the first one to make money for the first year. But so many of the streaming services lose money like crazy. And what has happened is, and like you said, it's easy. It's not easy, but if you spend the time, like if I can edit, it's easy. It's too easy.
It's a lot easier. Yeah, right? It's not easy still, but compared to what it was in the 80s, 70s, 90s, even early 2000s.
You have to hire somebody.
Yeah, you need and it took a long time.
You could use AI quite extensively to edit.
I did once when I first wrote this show, when I was doing repeat, I didn't understand. I was like, how would I compare? I didn't know enough about the Quakers and the Puritans to write the jokes. So I said, do me a favor, in the style of Christopher Titus, write a bit about comparing the Quakers and the Puritans, how they both went about life in the 1600s. Yeah. And it spit out like 12 jokes that were none of them were funny. A lot of, hey, you know what else they did? But bang! It added this weird comic language.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of comparisons. I thought, I can write a joke.
Every time I've asked it for something funny, it always starts with "Buckle up, boys and girls."
Oh boy!
Every time.
It's the hackiest.
Did you see that last week? The civil fraud ruling against Trump, Letitia James.
Dismissed.
Yeah.
So he doesn't owe $500 million anymore. So he basically stole from the U.S. government. He stole $300 million and not paid his taxes. Stole it.
He's now appealing that.
He's appealing what?
Wait, that he has to pay it? So he wants to pay it?
He wants to pay it?
Yeah. Well, no.
What?
So they wiped out the monetary penalty. It was 3 separate opinions, 323 pages long, made after reading it. Letitia James claimed victory as well, because the appellate division's ruling affirmed that Trump, his company, and his sons are, quote, liable for fraud and for upholding limits on the Trump's ability to do business in the state.
Oh, so they
just got rid of the money. So now he's appealing.
Because he still can't do
She's
business.
appealing to get the money back. He's appealing. I'm like sick. How do you get rid of that? We do have one bit of good news I just wanted to share with you guys, which is why he's already trying to manipulate the midterms.
Here's what bothers me about all of it. Jack Smith and Merrick Garland fucked up. They actually needed to, and say what your Biden says, I didn't want to get involved in it. Well, you should have. You should have said, hey, because if anyone else was a criminal, you don't want to. I don't want to look like a bad guy. And this is the problem with Democrats. It's really funny for me to watch the right flip out about Gavin. Because all he's doing is exactly like you look stupid in your posts.
They don't get it.
They don't understand satire.
But that's because they're humorless. That's the whole problem. That's part of the reason that we hate them so much. They're humorless. You ladies sound like an idiot. All caps. What are you doing? Don't you read the guy you voted for? He's making fun of that guy.
And they're criticizing Gavin, saying he's got to run the biggest state in the union. Trump is the president. Who's doing it?
I am the most.
He said that.
I am the most, the best looking and most popular governor.
Your most handsome governor, Gavin C. Newsom. He was asked by reporters about these posts that he's been doing mimicking Donald Trump, and he said he walked back to the podium and said, what I find most strange is that it's satire about someone else doing it. He said, but the fact that the president of the United States of America has been tweeting or whatever like this for all these years, and you don't ask him.
But you asked me making fun of him?
Yes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay, so remember the special election in Iowa?
Yep.
The one that Republicans were expected to win because Donald Trump won by 21 points in that district, and the Democrat won. It happened again this week. Democrats flipped another Senate seat in Iowa. They flipped a Republican seat in a special election and then broke the GOP supermajority in the state Senate.
I heard that today. They've actually
Sioux City.
So now, here's do the redistricting thing Texas wants to do.
Yes.
So here's a report on that. So because Texas wrote this weird spider gerrymandered map that actually we're going to take this neighborhood of white people.
Yeah.
And they're
It's
going
like
to cut
Texas
out
has measles.
By doing that, by doing that, they fucked up 10 other districts. So they actually put 10 other districts in play.
Interesting.
So what they did, but it always happens like that. So they put 10. So so those districts which were hard red are now up for grabs. So they wanted these 5.
Yeah.
But by doing that, they fucked up 10 other districts.
Trump carried Sioux City by 11 points, and the Democrat won 55 to 44%.
Awesome.
Like it was a rout.
Won by 11 points.
In Iowa.
Well, no wonder he's freaking out about the mail-in ballots.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Well, that's another thing. People don't quite. So I'm going to go over it again because I don't want to go over the ETA, but he wants to. First, he says, here's what he said. We're going to mail-in ballots. You can't have mail-in ballots. They got to turn the water off and on and do ballots. So he said that. It's pretty much it. I think it's a direct cook.
He also said Putin said, you lost because of mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, Russia has mail-in ballots. They have it.
Well, 38 countries have.
Even though
is that who you're actually saying out loud? You're taking advice
because I think
dictator?
When the Americans need advice on elections, I think the dictator of Russia is the guy to go to. That's what I think so. The guy who's won by, and there's actually a thing on fake elections that called the Russian tail.
Yeah.
Well, we should go to that guy.
National Guard troops are now picking up trash in DC.
So
wow,
man, what are we doing?
This is what they train for.
The fuck are we doing?
He calls it a new beautification initiative.
Do you know why? Because no one's protesting. Here's what he's trying to do. Try to do it in California. It didn't work. He's trying to do it in DC. It didn't work. He's going to try to do it in Chicago. And he's going to keep going until it works. And that's the problem. He also said that, you know what, if the thing of joking with Zelensky, we need it, so if you war, you don't have to have elections. He goes, maybe in 3.5 years we'll be, out of war.
Yeah.
And Zelensky's like, no, Mr. President, no, you don't want to be in war.
He
Also,
didn't answer. He laughed.
he said yesterday, he said something at the end after he left. He did. He said, you don't want that. And then what did he say yesterday about being a dictator? He said
that people are saying that they want a dictator.
People are saying they want a dictator, and if I handle the crime, which is exactly what Hitler did.
Yes.
Exactly what Hitler did.
Hitler
said, I will clean up the thing. The problem is crime's at a 30-year low. Crime in DC is lower than it was in 1966 during some of the worst protests, civil rights protests in history. It's lower. And what bothers me.
Go to Pritzker, what he said. Go look at all of the cuts that they made that affected every state.
Yeah. I think weirdly enough, first of all, I've never wished somebody dead before. I feel bad how I feel about this, but I will say this. What this may do, because the pendulum always swings back, right? So the good news is, although it's going to get worse, just so everybody know it's going to get worse. Start wrapping your mind around. We're going to have to fight. I think. However, on the B side of it, I think we're all going to wake up to the fact that this doesn't work. This hasn't worked through history. What only works is helping each other, taking care of the people that need to be taken care of. The rich pay their fucking fair share. That's it, me included. And what bothers me the most is that these people, like, what kind of fucking monkey-brained asshole are you that you think that you need $200 billion? The great thing about the Vanderbilts and the DuPonts and those original robber barons was the tax rate was so high. So to avoid taxes, instead of just getting taxes cut, they would build libraries and they build foundations, and those foundations actually help. I'm sure they were all write-offs, and I'm sure it was a weasel, but at least it was a weasel that benefited somebody, and that's the kind of weasel I'm good with. I
just hope that the American people are, and I think they are starting to see that Trump wants a civil war.
Yes.
He wants to provoke, he poking the blue cities so he can invite protests and get it violent so that he can, institute martial law, and then he can have his civil war.
Right.
And that's obviously why he's not sending the National Guard to the cities that actually could use some backing of the blue.
I mean, Memphis. Let's talk about some real dark cities that I don't want to go to. There's cities in Louisiana,
North Hollywood.
Alabama.
I mean, there's
clumsy. The clumsy thing is mellowed out. They got those people out of there, but we still have.
Do you have the clumsy shrine photo?
Clumsy's tombstone is a transformer box with his picture on it.
Well, fine. Now that's where it. Do you remember the various iterations that we went through that kept getting painted over? Our gate that's electric at one point was spray painted with clumsy, with a Z, of course.
I thought Jim Morrison was buried across the street. That's how
there was a lot
of graffiti and
got great graffiti and candles out in the street.
And a bust of clumsy.
Yeah. Okay, so if you want to see Titus, he is going to be at a new place this Saturday in Escondido. You filmed
California.
A special in Escondido at a theater there, right? Neverlution.
Yes, we've done two there. We did Born with a Defect down there, and we've actually shot two in that one theater. We did Neverlution.
I remember you did the one where we had the problem with the lights.
Born with a Defect.
Yep.
It's cool. No. Speaking of special effects, you would never know the magic of a different backdrop. Right? Like you would never know that they were shot in the same.
Right.
We use the El Portal, but they all are completely different.
Yep.
El Portal.
El Portal Theater.
Yeah. So come to that. Escondido Saturday night, 2 shows. It's called the Grand Comedy Club.
And come see Ray work on our stuff.
And
we're almost sold out. We have I think we have 20 tickets or 30 tickets.
Left.
20 tickets for the second show.
Yeah, nice.
And I think maybe 30 tickets for the second show, 20 tickets for the first show.
September 10th, I'll be doing my whole show at Bricktown Comedy Club in Tulsa. And then Titus will be doing 11 through 13. I'll be there too, but I'll do the whole show on the 10th. So 2 for 1. Come 10th and then come another night. And then I will also be doing my whole show in Louisville at the Louisville Comedy Club in Kentucky on September 24th. And then we'll be together 25 through 27. So there's a few opportunities to help me. I can go through the whole show.
So I get to do comedy.
And then October 8th, Spokane Comedy Club.
My chosen profession, I get to do at times with my wife when she wants to go. And now, young Titus, and I got to tell you guys, I've been hard on this kid. As Ray says, I wasn't as hard on him as I was on you.
No.
No. But I have been hard on him, and so we have a show. We do Houston. Did the Punchline in Houston this weekend. It was a great club. I have to be honest. It was just that the staff was amazing. The club was great. It's one of those kind of short stage things. It was kind of more like it was really tight. Yeah, real tight. And then we did that. And so on Friday night, we do 2 shows. First show goes great. Jet does his time. He does, he's doing like close to 20 minutes. And it goes fine. He's happy. Second show, I called her right between shows, and it was like, she's like, oh, second show Friday. And he did not have the set that he thought he was going to have.
He hasn't even been doing it 2 years.
He's worked his butt off. But yes, you're right.
Oh my God. Do you see what I mean? He hasn't even been doing it 2 years. He's worked his butt off. That was not how he talked to me.
I am very soccer.
So he's new. You're not supposed to be great at yet.
And he knows.
That's how you get great.
I told him that. I go, you're not great yet. I go, you're not good yet. You can't be mad.
No, you'll get great.
Yeah. And I go, and not only that, but my audience is willing to accept a lot more than I like. And so
the bar has been lowered.
They're just like, okay, it's Titus. Whoever's a Titus will like them too. Because
it's a nicer
people.
Group of people than you might happen across on a regular Friday.
Exactly. And so to his credit, he doesn't bitch, doesn't whine, and doesn't blame. He gets up on Saturday, and I watched this kid go over his material for 3 hours and rehearsed for 3 fucking hours. And I was like, wow.
Also, we talked on speaker.
Yep.
When Kenny and I were on our way to Cabazon with you guys for an hour on Saturday. At one point, I was like, what are we doing?
And so then Saturday he had 2 good shows. Yeah. So as Ray and I both know, no audience is the same, but there's some categories you could pie them off to. So Saturday first show is usually we're out. We've spent our money. We're going to enjoy a show, and they're good and they laugh. Then you'll get a crowd that's a good Saturday show that's silly, that will follow you down weird roads, and they're like more like buddies. Would that be good to say it? The crowds, and for whatever reason, Jet starts going down, and they followed him. And then we went to Austin. By the way, Cap City in Austin, people, if you can go, it's probably one of the best. It's one of my top 5 favorite clubs in the country. It's so good. We had a show on Sunday night, sold out. That was one of those shows where when we got done, I had to take Jet aside and I go, listen, this isn't real.
I love those shows.
I go.
Those are okay, I'll come back one more time. Yeah. Just when I thought no.
And he goes, what do you mean? I go, this.
Don't get used to this.
Yeah, this is your peak right now. This is your peak, and don't get used to it.
Because it's protecting you from the next time where you're going to bomb.
That's all it does. That's all it does.
You got more bombing ahead of you.
Yeah.
It's not real. Actually, it's going to get harder for a while. You remember once you hit like 2 years.
Yeah.
2 to 5, I found particularly like, I don't know why any of that happened.
Because you'd held onto a star for a second.
You thought you were better than you were.
Yeah, and then it made you but I think that's how it works with comedy. You get a shot.
Yep.
Your first show, great. And then you bust your ass for 10 shows to get that laugh again. And then you got to work for 2 years. And then you go, I got.
Yeah, the stars aligned for that night.
But then the next 2 years, I can't get it to work anymore. Or you have a bit that kills. This is the worst part. You have this bit that's a monster, and you just then all of a sudden it goes, and it just disappears. You're like, can't fucking buy a laugh with this bit now. What happened? No. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope to see you on the road. Come to Escondido. We only have a few tickets left.
I have to go to my kiddos' parent night.
That's nice.
At Pierce College.
Very nice. Helping foster kids. Look at you.
She sent me a screenshot of the email, and I was like, I'm so proud of you. You're going to college. This is happening. And she put, yes.
Teenager.
Another one.
But I was asking if you would attend the event in the email. And I was like, oh, yes, I'll be there. Hey.
What is that made of?
It's metal.
Holy God.
When you respond, you say, yeah, boy.
Yeah,
to their yes.
boy.
That's hip to right. Yeah, boy.
So I have parent night at Pierce College tonight.
Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bomb Show, Ray, and the Highlander later. Do me a favor, go to ChristopherTyska.com. We have new
Peace
shows.
out.
We have we have new shows.
Later.
Halfway with
Let me start again. So, guys, we have new stuff coming out. There's a new there's a Trump 2028 shirt we're working on right now that you're really gonna like.
Oh God. I've got some.
Not
new
AI.
merch. I got
All
some new
handmade,
merch
baby.
coming out. Too.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bomb Show, Ray, and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
Yay.
Public service announcement, for God's sakes, people. If you want to find the dates, go to the website. Okay? You don't have to ask on Instagram. Hey, are you coming to Chicago?
Also,
Hey.
stop asking the week after he was there.
Yeah, exactly. Every time. Hey, are you coming to
Austin? I just
It was just there. I'm going to be there in 2 weeks. Look at the website.